Let's paint a portrait of Suga from BTS. This is the final image in my BTS portrait series. The series was themed around their song Black Swan, and all the reference images originated from the song's music video. While I'm only showing the portrait in this process video, the series is part of a bigger self-initiated project, and painting the portraits was just the beginning. With this in mind, it was very important to make sure there was a consistency in style and colour throughout all the portraits. And because of this, I worked on all 7 portraits at the same time, meaning I focused on one portrait one day and another on the next. This means that I was able to take any learnings from the other images and apply it to this portrait as well. So while it took me about 5 hours in total to paint Suga's portrait, those 5 hours were spent over the course of almost 2 weeks. Working on 7 portraits at the same time also gave me a chance to take a break from the individual image and come back to them with fresh eyes, which can really help with spotting issues with likeness and so on. I'm not sure why, but a common issue I tend to come across with these portraits is that I somehow don't account for enough space in the back of people's heads. And honestly, this is an issue I've seen with a lot of other portraits I've done as well, so it's definitely something I should and do keep in mind while painting. For those of you who may be unaware, these paintings were completed a year ago, meaning it's a lot easier for me to spot these issues now while watching the time-lapse and making the video. But at the time of painting, I really did struggle with seeing these issues. So for me, these process videos really give me a chance to learn from my own mistakes and help me spot issues with my process and see where I can improve. Truth be told, I see any image I create as a new chance to learn something, maybe even especially the ones that don't turn out the way I want them to. If you ever feel discouraged with an image you make, then my best tip is to find the learnings from that image and apply it to your new ones. If you have any questions about my process, let me know in the comment section. While these videos can really help give people an idea of what my process looks like, I often feel they don't give people the full picture of how I actually work. For instance, while many people know that I work on an iPad using Procreate and that I look at reference images while I'm working, the videos don't give a clear idea of what that looks like on my end. So while painting with references, I use the iPad's multitasking function, meaning I keep my reference open in 1/3 of the screen and I have Procreate open in the remaining 2/3. And I know there's a reference image feature in Procreate, but this is what works best for me, as I can more easily swap between references, and it lets me zoom in and even mirror my references. The time-lapse also doesn't capture how often I'm mirroring my canvas and the reference image to help me spot more issues. And of course, it doesn't even capture that I often work a lot more zoomed in. However, I do find that the time-lapse helps show how much I move around the image as I work. And by that, I mean that I go from focusing on the hair to the face, and then to the clothes, and then back to the face again. And the reason behind doing this is to avoid overworking any part of the image, because if I focus too much on one part, let's say the eye, then it looks really weird when I end up painting one super detailed eye and the other one isn't. So moving around can really help keep this overworking at bay, but so does zooming in and then zooming back out to make sure that you see the image as a whole instead of just a patchwork of bits you've worked on. Thank you so much for watching. More process videos are up on my YouTube channel, and check out my social media accounts and my website for more of my work.